Alright, hello and welcome to episode 8 of my playthrough of DireWolf20's 1.18 pack. Today, I think it's finally hit time where we kind of step away from the colony for a moment and focus on our little setup. We've been living in medieval times, but I think it's finally about time that we reach some technology. Today, I think we are going to start getting into Mekanism, which is one of the many tech mods that are in this mod pack, I guess. The reason we're going to get into this is because I personally haven't played too much with this mod in the past. I used to use thermal and other things like that a lot, so I think we're going to use that. When we talk about power gen, I think we are going to deviate from using the Mekanism stuff later on down the path as well. But to start with, I think we are just going to use what we have here that comes with Mekanism, which I think is just called, it's a generator, a gas burning generator, heat generator. This is the entry level power generation that we're going to need for this mod, and we're also going to make a couple other things. I saw them before just to get started and see how these things sort of work. The enrichment chambers, I've got to get off of that so I can actually add these to my wish list. The enrichment chamber is number 1, which requires a basic control unit, which we need the metallurgic infuser to make, which is obviously in here somewhere. Crusher, I don't think we need. Digital miner is a cool item that comes later on down the road. As you can see, we need like atomic alloy and teleportation cores and things like that, but that's going to be a good way for us to generate more ores and stuff without us having to do the work. But I think between the things that I have now, we just need the Energized Smelter. Do we need the purification? No, see, that's a later tier 1 as well, so that's going to not be necessary. Electric pump, personal barrel. I think that is all I'm going to need to start with this. I'm not entirely sure if Mekanism has a book, actually. Okay, no, never mind, there's no book. I had a quick look, but I found the Mekanism Wiki. On my end, I have it open on my second monitor for like the getting starting guide and stuff like that. Just from my end, I think I know the basics of this to start with. It's very similar to other tech mods. I think that is all we need for the moment. I don't think we need to go too crazy with this stuff yet. We can get some pretty cool things like bins, apparently. But yeah, I don't think we need to get anything else other than what we already currently have in our inventory. Solar neuron activator. What the heck? Resistive heater. Fuel wood heater. What do you do? Shift N gives you, I think, oh, that's cool. Hit Shift and N on these. It tells you a description of what the thing does. That's kind of cool. So if we're looking at the Mekanism thing, I want to discover what one of these things do. That's kind of cool. Oh, actually, we're going to need universal cables. I think these are the cables that transfer power. It looks like it is. We're going to need to add that. And I think that's finally it. That's all we need to make. So we're going to start off by making the metallurgic infuser and the heat generator. I think these are going to be the two things that we're going to need. We have everything essentially cooked up in our metals chest. We got some copper and we got iron. The only thing we haven't done up is osmium. So I'm going to make use of the smeltery that we have, since it's here, and use that to cook up, what's that, 9 blocks of it? Just because I don't want to waste a little bit. We don't have any other way of doubling or getting extra ores, and I think this is just going to be the fastest way. And yeah, I think we need it. Oh well, we need steel casing. Wow, do we need? Oh no, metallurgic infuser. So I think steel is going to be one of the first things we make for the enrichment chamber, because if we look at the recipes that this thing does, let's see if we put in 3 raw gold or 3 any of the ores, it outputs 4. So that does essentially our doubling within this mod, which is kind of cool. See, 3 iridium gives us 4 out. Or you can put the ore itself, like the block, if you've silk touched it, to get 2. But I think with the fortune that we have on our mining laser, it's still better that we just do that. I think it gives us better odds at output. But I think now we just gotta wait for this, and we'll come back once the osmium is melted. We're gonna need a lot of this throughout the mod, I think. Okay, I've gone and processed up a bunch of the osmium. I've now got some copper going in there because I realized we only had, what, the 8 pieces of ingots that were in here that we had from earlier. I don't think it was going to be enough, so I've just chucked another 9 blocks in there. Ooh, I finished building the restaurant. The restaurant has been upgraded. Where is it? Restaurant's over there. We can go have a look at that later. But yeah, so now we've got the osmium. So I think we can start doing some cool stuff now. We can make the heat generator. I just need to make a furnace. And I think I just need some planks. So I'll just grab out. I'll grab some oak planks just because I don't care about those. We need the heat generator. And we need the metallurgic infuser was the other one we needed, which is 2 furnaces. Bang, bang. Now these 2 work in conjunction with each other. I was having a look, actually let's pick this back up, at the description of the heat generator which we have made. If we go Shift and N, it tells us that it's a heat generator. A generator that uses heat of lava or other burnable resources to produce energy. Whoops, I pressed F1. That's kind of cool to me. So we can use either lava or coal. So I think we can just chuck coal. We have 21 random coal sitting around. This is going to be way too far away. Right, okay, the coal then turns into lava inside the internal buffer. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know it did that. Does that mean if I come over here, yeah, and we turn you into bucket mode since we have a bunch of lava sitting around, can I just like, yeah, we totally can just fill it with lava. That works. Okay, let's let it use that for now. I was reading as well though, I think we can use it in a passive mode where we just put lava over the top of this white bit and that also generates power. So we're going to have a look at that later. So what I'm going to quickly do is just break these blocks in anticipation for that, for when we eventually run out of lava in here. Because that is burning through it quite quickly, isn't it? Okay, whatever. And now we have the metallurgic infuser. Cool. And now we need to make, I think it's the, let's go with the enrichment chamber, right? Because this is the one that we need to like start making cool things with our ore, right? Yeah, see? Yeah, okay, so this is the cool one. So to do this, we're going to need steel casing, which we need steel. I think we can make steel within, yeah, within Mekanism. Crusher. Aha, there we go. Here's the enriched iron goes into steel grit using enriched carbon, charcoal block, coal dust. I think we just use coal into steel. Okay, so we're going to need more coal. Let's grab some blocks out and just turn those into actual thingies. How does this work? Shift click. Whoop. Right, okay. And then that goes in there. Oh. I wonder how much this uses. So, like, I think for these recipes, can we look at them? Aha, show recipes. Do we have, where's the steel grit one? There you go, charcoal into iron or whatever, coal dust. So the left one, this left yellow box, inputs, I guess, whatever you're infusing the main ingredient with. I guess that makes sense. So putting coal in here makes carbon, and the carbon mixes in with the iron to give you enriched iron. And then I imagine we just take that enriched iron and do it again, which is the recipe we saw before, to give us steel dust. Well, it looks like it's working. We had 80 before, so it looks like it's 10. Yeah, steel grit. So it only uses 10 millibuckets per thing. So we had 8 in there, so we should theoretically be able to make 4 with what we have in there of the steel grit. I wonder, can we take that steel grit and then throw it in the smeltery? We totally can. Oh, it's just 1 to 1. There's no reason to throw it in there. Okay, so we'll just chuck that in there for now. How many did we need for the steel casing? It's 4 blocks per steel casing, and that's going to need 1 as well, so we're going to need 8 of these in total. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be everything we need worth of carbon to make the steel that we need. This is going to be a very slow way of making all this, but it is very early days of a tech mod. Oh wow, we're already out of the lava? Jesus. We used a lot of lava there and it did not generate that much power. I guess now's a good time to test this out. If I put a block there and then bucket out there. So it's got heat dissipated. Are you generating power? Wow, it is generating power. Okay, there's no indication. That's kind of lame. But this is now generating power passively. How much are you making per tick? Producing 21.37 FE a tick. It's not a lot. Yeah, that's not very much at all. But I think that's like as covered in lava as I can have it. I guess we can also just get more of them full stop and hook them up in a series to make what we want to make. And then in here I only want to have 4 iron in here, otherwise we're going to make more of the enriched iron that we want. Let's cook those up. Okay, once those steel is done, we will come back and make the enrichment chamber. Oh, we got a couple of achievements, not upgrades here. Industrial iron, acquire some steel. Okay, both of them are pretty much just make steel. But we got what we needed. So can we make a steel casing? No, we need glass. We should have a bunch of it laying around. Yeah, there we go. Let's sleep quickly. Okay, we'll make the enrichment chamber first, I think. Oh. We need to make basic control circuits. We need redstone, it looks like, and an osmium ingot makes one of those. Well, at least that's good. Our steel grit is done, so we can put that on to cook. We've got redstone, and we've got osmium, so we can actually make a bunch of these. Is it 1 to 1? No, it's not 1 to 1. It's 2 to 1. And we need 2 of these. We need 4 of these, actually, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll make the 4 that we need. Oh, actually, don't we need steel for this as well? We need 2 steel for those. Okay, we need to make more steel than what we made. Okay, once these finish, I'm going to put on some more. Can we mix? No, we can't. I can't even put coal in there while there's redstone in there. That's good to know. Cool. That's those. Does 1 bit, 2, 3, 4. And is that 80? That should do 4 bits of iron. So then we can make 2 lots of this, which would be 16, which is more than enough for what we need right now. We can make the enrichment chamber. I'll put the enrichment chamber here because we're gonna have to move the metallurgic confuser anyway once we have the steel grit, because I have no other way to get access from this heat generator while that's doing its thing. So we'll wait for this to cook up. I'll make steel. Actually, no, we have steel here. We can do it now. Bang. Make. It's 2 steel, 1 redstone makes us the basic universal cable. I wonder, do you keep your internal stuff once I break you? You totally do. It's good to know. You're just going to use the power that you had stored in you over from before, but I can just hook those up. Oh yeah, there's like, it like fills with power as well. Did you guys see that? Alright, cool. So now you're working, and now you're full of power as well. So theoretically, Enrichment Chamber, we can look at the recipes here. Enriched Carbon. We can make Enriched Carbon. What's that do? Okay, so we've got one thing of Enriched Carbon. I imagine that just works the same way. Oh, that's way more efficient. Okay. So we can enrich our coal in here to make Enriched Carbon. We're just using power. And then this one piece of coal, which, remember, if we put it in here, accounts for 10 millibuckets, right? So just put it like 100 in there. But if we have an Enriched Carbon, which is one coal, counts for 80 millibuckets. That's kind of nice. That's kind of very nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll do that. That's like extremely efficient. Let's just make like 8 of these to start with and just go in the background. We need to cook up the rest of the steel grit. I'll turn you into more cables, because why not? The cables can live inside my backpack. And now we just need an energized smelter. Alright, cool. Our steel is finished cooking, which means we can make another steel casing. And then with that steel casing, we can make the energized smelter, which now will make these furnaces kind of obsolete, because I can throw this there. It's not gaining power, so I need to grab my power from here. We'll just connect it in the back. For now, it's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but it works. These are using 8, so that's 16. That is maths 24 FE a tick, or whatever it is a tick. And you generate 21. So we're slightly losing power if we're using all 3 machines at the same time, but we should still be gaining. We should be in a surplus, so long as we're only using 1 at a time. Yeah, because you're using only 8, you're using 8. And I guess you use, oh no, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, you use 20. So we only very slightly gain power so long as we use it 1 at a time. Now my other question is, if I throw coal in you now, wow, that's like super inefficient. It goes so quickly. But it does generate more, which was my question. If I do that, where you can generate, or depending on the heat, I guess, and get to like 80 something a tick. But that's like super inefficient. That went away so fast. I think we're just gonna keep it like this and probably just make like another one like here. Worst case scenario. Or actually, can I be more efficient with it? No, I guess we'll just do it in a line. I think in a line is going to be nicest, so I'll just go there, there. Let's make another one real quick. Gonna need a furnace, I remember. It's called a heat generator. I think we very quickly want to move away from using this one though. We have solar generators. We can use like passive solar energy. Do they have in Mekanism some sort of power storage? And if they do, what's it called? Is this you? Shift N. Oops. Is it one of these things? Highly conductive energy capacitor, capable of storing massive amounts of energy in a single block, housed in an energized induction matrix to expand. Ah, that's a multi-block. Let's not deal with that. Surely there is like an energy cell or something of that sort. Induction port. I don't really want to deal with making a a multi-block at the moment because that just seemed expensive to me. 3.2 GFE. I don't even know how much that would be. Sounds like a silly... Aha! Energy cube. Million FE. MFE. Advanced energy cube. Ooh. Might even be able to get like straight to the second version of it, but... Oh, never mind. My game just crashed. We'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. I don't think we lost any progress. But what we were looking at before was just the basic energy cube. And kind of what's required to make that, which doesn't look like it's too difficult. It's just what infused alloy, which is redstone and gold and iron rather. Some gold, some more steel, some iron. Okay, I think we can make one of these as well, because I think we're just kind of eventually, let's see, if this is full, this is full. Oh wait, do we have the furnace still? No, we don't have the furnace anymore. Okay, so we did lose a little bit of progress. But that's okay. We can make it back really quickly. I'm just gonna do that off camera once we're back. But we want another heat generator. I'm probably gonna replace one of these blocks forward one more, and then put an energy cube and then feed out from the energy cube. Because if this one is full, this is full. And then this internal buffer is full, like it currently is. We are not producing any more power, which I don't want to do. I feel like it's passive, but still it's like wasted potential. So I'm going to go off camera really quickly, make the basic energy cube. I'm going to make a second heat generator. I'm going to remake the Energized Smelter, which we should have all the stuff to make it. And we'll come back and see what we'll go from there. I actually figured I'll show this on camera as well. We can do the same thing with redstone that you can with the coal that we did before and enriching it. So instead of just using a bunch of redstone, we can throw it in the Enrichment Chamber and make the Enriched Redstone, which again counts for 80 instead of the 1. So you can just straight up make 8 of these. And what is it? Enriched alloy? Let's make 16 of them. Because I'm sure we're going to use them. But we just need 4 of these anyway so that we can make the energy cube. Alright, now we've got the energy cube. And we've got our second heat generator doing its job. It's not producing anything because there's nowhere for the power to go. But the energy cube, we'll just place it there. It'll connect up to both of them. I think it's currently just set to, what's the word? Accept power on all sides. But if we look at the side config with energy eject, okay, so this is kind of an interesting thing. Oh, we can move this. Didn't know we could do that. So right now it's inputting 1.6 thousand FE. Oh no, that's output. Never mind. It's inputting 42.75 FE a tick, which is the 2 generators doing the 21 point whatever, and it's set to input, which is these ones on all sides, right? If we look at the block as well. Right, okay, so we've got that, and here, each of these corresponds with the side it tells you. It says top, right, left, back, bottom, and front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand on the same level. I think it shouldn't affect it, but if anything, it'll be fine. I want it to output through the front, which it should be. Oh, it's not. Issues, not enough energy to operate, that's fine. Through the front, input, output, input, output. Oh, we can do input, output on all sides. What I want to do is auto eject should be on. I want to clear the side config. I want to input energy from the back. Are you still gaining energy? No, you're not. Okay. Output through the back. And you're not gaining power. What the heck is going on? Maybe we were looking at it from the wrong side, possibly? Okay, what side? Okay. So right side is that right side. I guess it's because I placed it from over here. Okay. That was kind of interesting. I want to... through the front, I want rather output, which should be What side's the front? No, the top is the front for some reason. Okay, hold on. Let's just break this and replace it, because that's incredibly confusing. I want to place it there. Alright, so now it's set up so that the front is facing into the, what's that block called again? Metallurgical fuser. We want input to the back, so now you should be gaining power. Right, if we look at that, yep, it should be gaining power, and then the other thing I'm going to do is on the right side, set it to output as well, so now it'll send power through the line to these two machines. And now we'll probably be gaining, yeah, there you go, 42.75 FE tick. That was super confusing, so I guess be careful when you place it, because it remembers, I guess, what the face is or what the front is from where you are. So the last time I placed it, I was standing on top of this, so I had to break it and replace it from the front. That's fine, that's just a little minor issue. But now, seeing as we're not using any power now, because that finished doing its job, all the excess, or I guess the excess that is being used now, is going straight into this, which means we're not losing as much potential energy, I guess, which is kind of cool. We also have side configs for these bad boys as well, which is going to be kind of interesting because we can do some cool things with this that we're going to set up before the end of this episode. So I'm just going to grab myself a couple of iron chests. And if you didn't know already, you can grab iron and a couple chests, and you can make these without making the upgrades, just straight in the inventory. Bang. So we're going to put one on top of this one, and then one over here to the right of that. On the... oh, it's already set to it. On the right of the Energized Smelter, here it's a bit easier to tell as well, the front is always going to have that little picture on it. To the right of the Energized Smelter, we're going to have output. And then on the side config for the Enrichment Chamber, we're going to put input, whoops, on the top. And now hopefully, let's test this. If I put stuff on top of it, oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't auto pull in. Energy item config. Auto eject. First of all, we need to turn auto eject on and output to the right so that this is going to output into that. But I guess we need to grab a hopper, which is fine, I guess, for the sake of 5 iron. We're going to put the hopper on top. Whoops. I guess that can go straight in. And then we're going to put the iron chest on top of that. And then I'm going to pull one of these out. So now the block of raw copper is going to go in there. So it got processed into copper dust. And then the copper dust is going to immediately get output into the Energized Smelter. And then from the Energized Smelter, it's going to finish up. And it should auto eject. There we go, auto eject onto the right. And now our finished ores are now going to be in this chest. How cool is that for a little bit of automation? And the reason why we're doing the blocks of the ores is because if we look at here, one block goes into 12 instead of going and having to like count it out ourselves for 3 of the raw, I guess, ore. In there. So instead of putting like things that are divisible by 3 in there of the raw, we could just put in full blocks, and then the full blocks will be output and I guess processed very quickly, which is incredible. If we look at this, you're using 20 FE a tick, you're also using 20. Remember that these are generating 42 per second, so we're actually not losing any power. We should still be technically in a surplus, be it 2.75 FE a tick of a surplus, which is fine. Extra is still extra. I think there is also a little bit that we can do. I was looking earlier, there is a thing such that is called sophisticated storage. We can make a sophisticated chest. Let's just make like an iron one of these. And these can actually take upgrades, which is like super cool. And there should be one here. That is compacting. Compacting 2x2, advanced compacting. And if we make one of these upgrades, we can compact these directly into blocks. So we might make one of these real quick, just because I think that would be cool. I'm just going to leave that there actually for the time being. It doesn't hurt. So first of all, we want to make a sophisticated chest. Iron chest. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Are you not one? No, you're an iron chest, full stop. I wonder if there's a way that we can toggle between crafting settings. Because that makes an iron chest. Iron oak. Ah, okay, no, we need to make a sophisticated chest full stop from sophisticated storage. We just need a redstone torch. Can we sleep? Yeah, all colonists tucked into bed. Let's sleep real quick. Okay, so I need a redstone torch. I already had redstone in my inventory. One of these, and then I need one of you. And then that we can upgrade with iron. And place that down. Yeah, cool, that's a plenty amount of storage. I think we only want the one upgrade in there for the moment. Stack upgrade. Oh, we can do stack upgrades in there as well. Okay, oh. Maybe we upgrade it to gold so we can have a stack upgrade. Where's my axe? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get greedy. Why not? Oh, someone became an archer in my, whatchamacallit, in my colony. That's kind of cool. We can go have a look at that later. Okay, so I want to make stackable upgrade tier 1. We can probably make the tier 2. Actually, no, we can make tier 3, like, pretty comfortably. I think the diamond one is going to be overkill. We don't need that. We can just go to gold. Multiplies the number of stacks that can fit in the slot by 8. So does that, yeah, that means, I guess that must mean a stack of 64 times 8, whatever that is, can fit in a single slot, so that we'll have, like, silly amounts of storage. Okay, what did I want to do? Oh yeah, we need to make these upgrades. The other upgrade I wanted was, we need compacting 1 and 2 that does both 2x2 and 3x3 compacting inside of our chest. So we're going to need to make a bunch of these upgrade bases. Ooh, we need more iron. We really not have any more iron. Do we really chew through it all? Which is easily solvable, actually, for the moment. Just grab my blocks of iron. Oops, I threw one on the ground. Copper dust, not enough room in the output. That's fine. I'm going to pull these out, as well as pull that out. I'll have to obviously replace them manually later, which is okay. I just want the iron to cook up. But how nice is that? Just pure automated. It's not exactly fast, but it beats having to use lava. And it's completely passive. We don't have to do anything like power generation wise. And we're still making power. I think this is like an absolute win. 2, 4, how many did we need? Oh, we're gonna need a lot of iron. Like a lot of iron. Okay, let's make this one the stack upgrade to start with. We just need logs. Then 8 logs. Stack upgrade number 1 is done. We can't make the iron one. But that's fine, I guess. We can't make the compacting one either, because we need one of these. We need 2 iron. Well, we need, what's that, 6 iron for that one, before we can have that. And what do you need for you? Just gold, diamond, and redstone. Gold we have, redstone we have. I just need 1 diamond in my inventory. Cool. Alright, I'm just going to sit around and wait for this iron to cook up. And the beauty of these as well, that there's upgrades, so we can make this like really fast very quickly. And it shouldn't be too resource heavy, hopefully. Okay, we've got our 4 pistons. Now we can make the compacting upgrade. Can I upgrade you straight away? Cool, we can do compacting upgrade 3x3, 2x2. Which is awesome. That one's done. I guess we don't need this stack upgrade just yet. We can deal with that later. But I can break that chest. We're going to replace it with this gold one. Go big old storage, and we're going to put the upgrades in those 2 slots. Apparently these slots are configurable as well. And now the cool thing is with this, if we throw... Yeah, see, the stack upgrade is like amazing. Compact. Compact anything. Compact only uncraftable settings. Storage settings, player. Shift click to open. Wow, we can do a lot of things with this. No sort slot settings. Allow selecting slots that are ignored by sorting. Open tab. What? Slot memory settings. Allow selecting slots that remember their contents and only allow matching stacks in them. That's very cool. Now, why aren't you compacting is my question. Only works with other upgrades. Automation works in GUI as well. I'm thoroughly confused as to why this isn't working. It should just be... It should just do it. Okay, no, the iron worked. Why isn't the osmium and the if I throw my gold in there, yeah, the gold works as well. Okay, there we go. I just needed to pick it up and put it back in. Okay, osmium isn't working. Osmium should have a block form as well, though. Unless it just doesn't. Yeah, it does. Osmium block. No, it's because I had it on the block list. There we go. Bang. See, how cool is that? So it's going to store up until... So once it gets to 9 ingots, it'll make a block. So now we don't need to worry about ingot storage. So that goes into here. Theoretically, we could do the same thing with this chest up here, and then just throw all of our ores in there instead of just throwing the blocks in. I might do that between episodes. I think that might be the play. The next thing I'm going to do really quickly is I need to make another hopper. Because I kind of screwed myself a little bit. Bang, bang. Put a hopper here, and then hopper in the copper dust. And then once the iron finishes, the copper should insert itself. That'll be fine. But now we have automation. It's super unfortunate though that. So things like the uranium chunk can't be put into blocks. I don't think the lead can be put in. Oh no, the lead can, so we can do that as well. There's some blocks, some of these, like aluminum, I know I can't, obviously, because we have a ton of it in here. Anything that can't be put into blocks is just going to be annoying, because we have to put it in that chest now in multiples of 3. Which is, like, slightly frustrating, but I guess we just go 3 stacks, 6 stacks, 9 stacks, or whatever it is. Like, if we look at it, we've got, what, 3, 6, 9, or 7 and a bit stacks. So I can grab the 6 stacks, and then whatever multiples of 3 is for that one. Same with the aluminum, it's just not as easy as just being like, okay, we have blocks. Let's process those blocks. But now I'm just going to quickly go through... Oh, I've just put those in the wrong chest. Grab all the blocks out of this and start processing our what's the word? Our resources. And then obviously I'm going to grab the silver and turn it into blocks and stuff and throw it in here as well. This is going to take a lot of time, I think, but that's alright. We go back to Mekanism. There are upgrades, like speed, energy, filter, muffling. Oh, a muffling upgrade would be great, because that furnace is super loud. Gas upgrade, anchor upgrade, stone generator upgrade. That's kind of cool. It generates stone. But yeah, and then there's also what is it? They are called basic tier installers. I can make these. I can make a couple of these now. We don't have the power generation to support them, but I can make one now at least. Do we just make one? We'll make one. We'll make one. Just to satisfy my... We're going to need a second enrichment chamber though. Just to satisfy my curiosity. I need modpacks. Two of you need to go in there. And it's just redstone. Okay, we'll wait for this to finish, and then we'll probably end the video there. Okay, we've now made a basic tier installer, and I think these work just by shift right clicking. And now we have 3 stacks going. The problem is that it's using 60 FE a tick. So we are quickly going to run out of power because we can't support it. We'd need, what, 3 of these generators just to support one of them, and we're enriching at the same time. So I can actually... I think there's a way that I can actually just block off certain slots. But I don't know. Oh no, it's either that or I can make some extra power gen. We'll probably make there's a windmill, I think. Yeah, there's a windmill. Wind generator, sorry. It looks pretty cheap to make. You've seen me make all of these. I might make one of these between episodes. How does it tell me how many you make? It doesn't. But we'll make one of those between episodes, and just to kind of what's the word? Supplement our power generation, because as you can see, this is running out. But anyways, I think that's a good place to leave for today. Anyone who's still here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.